بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد في الأولين وفي الآخرين وصل على محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. أصبح الملك لله وحده لا شريك له. الحمد لله الذي أحيانا بعدما أماتنا وإليه النشور. اللهم إنا أصبحنا نشهدك ونشهد حملة عرشك وملائكتك وجميع خلقك أنك أنت الله الواحد الأحد لا إله إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم توفنا الإسلام على كلمة التوحيد لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. واجعل آخر كلامنا من الدنيا لا إله إلا الله. آمين آمين يا رب العالمين. So when we talk about Tawheed, it's not about saying the word of Tawheed, La ilaha illallah, or just repeating it as adhkar, but it's all about not just, this is not the only thing. You're recommended to say it, and you have to say it every single day as a kind of your remembrance that you say in the morning and the evening. But in the same time, we need to put it into action. How to put it into action? La ilaha illallah. Like when you say La ilaha illallah, you are much stronger. You're becoming more and more stronger. How that? Saying La ilaha illallah, it tells you that you are strong. You don't need anything else other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no God but Allah, which means nothing else will matter. The only thing that will matter for me is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It makes you stronger. This is beautiful. It's a very easy thing that we might not be aware of, but sometimes we remember stuff that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us something that we're not aware of. Just try to say La ilaha illallah between you and yourself and believing in it. La ilaha illallah. There is no God but Allah, which means my other life, my life doesn't matter. My work, these people who are teasing me, these people who don't like me, those people don't matter. The only thing that matters is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We take the lesson from Ibrahim alayhi salam, the ayat that we just recited. He was talking to his people and said, how come you guys worshiping these idols, these statues? And they say, well, we found our forefathers doing the same thing. We found our ancestors doing the same thing. Then he said, you know what? That's all my enemies. All these gods are my enemies. He's teaching us Tawheed now, right? The same thing we just spoke about. These are all my enemies except Rabb al-Alamin, except the Lord of the worlds, who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? And he teaches us why. Why these are all enemies, these gods beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these are all his enemies except for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He counted some things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, some blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with. The first thing he said, he is the one who created me, then he will guide me. So he created me and guided me. So if you always seek the guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will guide you. So the first blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us is that he is the creator. Simply, he is the creator. Then he said, وَالَّذِي هُوَ يُطْعِمُنِي وَيَسْقِينِ. He is the one who feeds me and gives me the drinks. So it's beautiful. Everything you have, any food you have, that's why you say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim before you start eating. It's a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We return everything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The food that you got from Publix, from whatever, it's all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a blessing. He's the one who gave us the soil to plant that food. وَآيَةٌ لَهُمُ الْأَرْضُ الْمَيْتَةُ أَحْيَيْنَاهَا. It's a miracle that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the dead soil, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the life to it by putting the seed and planting and giving you the food and the fruits. Then he said, وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينِ. If you get sick, you resort to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You turn your face to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh Allah, give me shifa. That's why when we hear about any of the brothers or the sisters sick, we say what? May Allah give him shifa, right? So the shifa, the healing is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينِ. Which means, even if you go to doctors, it's fine. Take the asbab, take the reason. We are recommended to seek a remedy تداووا يا عباد Allah. That's hadith from the Prophet ﷺ. Seek remedy. We're recommended to seek remedy. Then, but in the end, you believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who heals. Right? وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِي. To always make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he said, وَالَّذِي هُوَ يُمِيتُنِي ثُمَّ يُحْيِي. He is the one who gives me life, and he is the one who caused me to die. He is the one who does everything. وَالَّذِي أَطْمَعُ أَنْ يَغْفِرَ لِي خَطِيئَتِي. In the end he said, and he is the one that I anticipate, I ask, I beg that he will forgive my sins on the day of judgment. That is your attitude, should be your attitude toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is your Razzaq, the one who provides. Allah takes care of you. Allah is with you all the time. Nothing else will matter except pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We continue on the subject that we're talking about. What is it? Silatul Rahim, right? Silatul Rahim. Hadith of today, inshallah, is a very, very small hadith, just like maybe 3-4 words. Narrated by Mut'am ibn Jubayr, that the Prophet ﷺ, he heard the Prophet ﷺ, Mut'am ibn Jubayr, one of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, he heard the Prophet ﷺ saying, he will not enter Jannah, the one who severs the ties of kinship. Can you imagine? He will not enter Jannah, the one who cut the ties of kinship. If you don't maintain your ties of kinship, you will not enter Jannah. And no wonder Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that in the Quran, وَالَّذِينَ يَنْقُضُونَ عَهْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ بَعْدِ مِيثَاقِهِ وَيَقْطَعُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ أَنْ يُوصَلَ وَيُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. Those who breach the trust of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and don't maintain the ties of kinship, and they cause corruption on the earth, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أولئك لهم سوء الحساب ويقطعون ما أمر الله به أن يوصل ويفسدون في الأرض أولئك لهم اللعنة. They are cursed ولهم سوء أولئك لهم اللعنة ولهم سوء الدار. You will be cursed, and سوء الدار would be in the hereafter. You will enter the hellfire. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran. So Allah has kind of like enjoins us, encourages us to maintain the ties of kinship. So again, the hadith, لا يدخل الجنة قاطع رحم. He will not enter Jannah, the one who severs the ties of kinship. So make sure to maintain your ties of kinship and obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before anything else. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among them who maintain the ties of kinship. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us Jannah on the day of judgment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us all.